The battlefield still smoked long after the cannons went silent. Shattered armor plates lay half buried in dirt, the scent of ozone and blood clinging to the wind. Above it all, a massive shadow swept across the valley wings, spanning nearly 30 meters. Scales shimmering like molten copper. General Soractis of the Emberwing clans, the most feared dragon woman in the Outer Rim, descended with trembling claws. Her soldiers bowed as she landed, but she barely noticed them. Her golden eyes searched the broken terrain. She was looking for her daughter, her only child, her hybrid daughter, half dragon, half human, named Kayla, and somewhere among the wreckage, Soractis felt her life fading. A mother always knows. Asterisk the battlefield's silent truth earlier. Kayla had led the vanguard. She was young, fierce, stubborn, and the only one who inherited both the fire of dragons and the adaptability of humans. When the enemy dropped orbital shock mines, Kayla had been the first one caught in the blast. Soractis had felt the echo of her daughter's pain, like a knife driven between her ribs. Now she stood, armor cracked from her own battles, dragging her talons through scorched soil as she searched. "General," one of her lieutenants whispered. Lowering his head, we found her armor plates, burned, shattered. The world collapsed inside her chest. Soractis roared a sound that shook the sky. Sparks burst from her nostrils. Her wings flared in anguish. Soldiers dropped to their knees, some covering their ears from the force of her grief. "She cannot be gone," Soractis growled. "My daughter fights like 10 warriors. She breathes fire stronger than mine." Her claws clenched. Where is her body? But there was no body on the armor fragments, and a faint trail of blood dried into the dirt, a trail leading away from the blast site. Soractis froze. Someone had carried her. Daughter, someone strong, someone who had survived the bombardment. Asterisk. The human veteran, the man moved slowly through the shadowed forest, carrying the girl in his arms as gently as if she were made of glass. He was tall, scarred, his beard grayed by time and war, his right arm metallic cybernetic word, quietly as he adjusted his grip. His name was Marcus Hale, retired sergeant of the Terran Marines. He had sworn he would never fight in another war, yet here he was, bleeding from 3 wounds, stumbling through hostile territory with a half-conscious hybrid dragon girl in his arms. Her scales small and emerald glowed faintly whenever she breathed. Her wings twitched, one torn, one fractured. Human bones, dragon strength. A dangerous combination, and a fragile one. "You better hold on, kid," Marcus muttered. His voice cracked with pain and exhaustion. "Your mother's one of the scariest beings alive. If you die on me, she's gonna roast me like a marshmallow." Kayla stirred weakly. "Why help me? You're human. I'm not." Marcus grunted. "I don't leave people behind. Doesn't matter the species." He paused, leaning against a tree as pain shot through his ribs. "And besides, I fought beside your father. He saved my life once. Guess I'm returning the favor." Kella's eyes fluttered. She didn't have the strength to speak. Marcus forced himself upright. He had to find help. He had to keep her alive, because the battlefield behind them was crawling with hostile patrols. Asterisk Hunter and hunted Soractis launched into the sky again, following the trail of blood like a predator tracking prey. But this time, she prayed she would find something alive. Her commanders kept calling her through the comms. "General, regroup. The enemy is retreating." We must strike now. But she ignored them. Her war was no longer against the invaders. This was a mother's hunt, and she would burn every planet from here to the galactic core if that's what it took to find her child. Asterisk. Marcus makes his last stand by dusk. Marcus reached a small ravine. He carefully set Kayla down beneath an overhang. Her breathing was shallow. The shock mine had ruptured something inside her. They had to move fast. Stay awake, kid, Marcus urged, tapping her cheek gently. Kayla coughed, a thin line of green fire escaping her lips. Mother. She come. Marcus shook his head. Not fast enough. He scanned the area and cursed. Enemy drones zipped through the trees, red optics glowing. They had followed the blood trail too. Marcus grabbed his rifle, checked the power cell, and positioned himself between Kayla and the incoming swarm. His voice lowered to a whisper. I promised your father. No child dies on my watch. The first drone fired. Marcus shot it mid-air. More emerged, 20-30, swarming like hungry insects. Marcus unleashed a barrage, storming forward despite his wounds. Each recoil sent pain lancing through his side. Sparks rained around him. Metal fragments bit into his flesh. Still he fought. Still he stood. Still he protected her. A drone's blast struck his shoulder, spinning him around. He hit the ground hard. His rifle skidded across the dirt. One drone aimed at his head. All right. Come on then, Marcus growled, raising his cybernetic arm to shield himself. But before the drone could fire, the sky turned gold. Asterisk the mother, a rise roar, tore through the valley. A fiery storm crashed down from above. Wings of molten copper slammed into the earth, sending shockwaves that flipped drones like toys. Saracthis landed with the fury of a collapsing sun. Her eyes glowed with terrifying brilliance. The drones didn't even get to fire. She exhaled in a river of white-hot flame, vaporized all of them instantly. Marcus stared up at her. Stunned, she was magnificent, terrifying, beautiful, deadly, and for a moment, he thought she might kill him too. But then Saracthis saw Kayla. Her mighty body trembled. She shrank down into her humanoid form, still tall, muscular, draconic features, sharp, but softened now by panic. Kayla, she whispered, falling to her knees, hands shaking as she cradled her daughter's face. My little spark. Kayla weakly opened her eyes. Mother? Saracthis let out a sound between a sob and a roar. Marcus looked away, giving them space, but Saracthis turned toward him, tears still burning on her cheeks. You, human, she said quietly. You carried her. You saved her. Marcus rubbed the back of his neck. Did what anyone would do. Saracthis stared at him. No, she said. Not anyone. Many would have left her to die. Many fear hybrids like her. Her voice softened. You are different. You honor old debts. Kayla clutched her mother's arm. He protected me the whole way. Mother, don't hurt him. Saracthis let out a shaky exhale. Hurt him, child. I owe him more than I can repay. She turned to Marcus, then bowed. The dragon general bowed. Marcus's jaw dropped. Okay, no bowing. I'm just a retired grunt. You saved my heart, Saracthis said. You saved the future of my clan. She placed her clawed hand over her chest. You have a home among the Emberwing forever. A new Alliance medical escort arrived moments later. Dragon healers swarming around Kayla. Saracthis lifted her daughter gently. holding her as if she were made of starlight. Before she left, she turned to Marcus. "If ever your people abandon you," she said, "know this, mine never will." Marcus felt something warm, something he hadn't felt in years: recognition, respect, belonging. "Take care of her," he said. "With my life," Saractis replied. Then she spread her wings. Carrying her daughter into the sky, Marcus watched until they disappeared. Only then did he let himself collapse, clutching his wounded side and laughing through the pain. "Damn kid," he muttered. "Your mother really is terrifying." But deep down he felt proud, because today, even on a battlefield drenched in destruction, a human heart had made a dragon kneel, and the galaxy would never forget it. Asterisk.